Good morning. Today we shall discuss the fifth semester. The session is Hortus Malabaricus. The learning object of this session is to know the comprehensive details of the Hortus Malabaricus, which deals with the medicinal properties of the flora in the Indian states of Kerala, Karnataka, and Goa. The Hortus Malabaricus is a classical, monumental, and comprehensive book on the natural plant wealth of South India, published from Amsterdam in a Latin language. In English, its meaning Hortus Malabaricus, that is, Garden of Malabar. The book has published during the period of 1678 to 1693, which deals with the valuable plant wealth of Malabar, that is Kerala, which was compiled by the Hendrik Adrian van Rede, the Dutch governor of the former princely state of Cochin during 1672 to 77. The Dutch governor of the that Van Rede, which written or compiled the book, that is contains the details of 742 plants belonging to 690 taxa, which found in Kerala, together with their description and medicinal importance and other uses. The description, which was supported with the 794 unusually beautiful illustration with the plant name in 4 scripts, that is, in Malayalam, Konkani, Roman, and Arabic. Even though the Van Rede's basic interest was to record the details of local medicinal plants of South India with their traditional uses and the method of application, the work later becomes that the first authenticated regional floristic survey of Asia. Coming to the background of this Hortus Malabaricus, which is believed to the earliest comprehensive printed work on the flora of Asia and other tropic. The Malabar has been known from time of immemorial for its richness of medicinal plants in the ancient time. It was Arab traders used to buy these commodities and sell them in European cities where they were in great demand. Many of the exploits of the European maritime powers, later resulting in many important historical events and geographical discoveries, due to their attempts to discover the sea route to India for their direct trade. The first Europeans who landed here were interested only in trade and profit. During the later, in a Dutch period, the Hendrik van Rede perceived that along with the scientific exploitation of the local natural resources, the compilation of ethnobotanical knowledge of the native is important. It was with this idea that the Hendrik van Rede wrote the Hortus Malabaricus, which stretch along with the Western Ghats from Goa to Kanyakumari, the monumental book on the valuable plant wealth of Malabar. This was published in 12 volumes from Amsterdam, the first volume of which came out in a press in 1968. The Hortus Malabaricus, which is believed to be the earliest comprehensive printed work on the flora of Asia and tropics, mentioned in these volumes are plants of Malabar region, which is in his time during Van Rede time, which was referred to the stretch along with the Western Ghats from Goa to Kanyakumari. The book detailed account of the flora of Kerala, over 742 different plants and their indigenous signs are considered in this book. The book also employs a system of classification based on the tradition adopted by the practitioners of that region. As I mentioned, Apart from Latin, the plant names have been recorded in other 4 languages, including Malayalam, Konkani, Arabic, and English. In spite of incomparable significance of the book, the Hortus Malabaricus has not been projected as a classical work on our biocultural heritage till recently. The main reason may be the entire text of the book, except Malayalam, name engraved in the illustration is in Latin and thus not accessible to many. It was the work of Professor K.S. Maninal and his students at Calicut University of Botany Department which attracted some attention to this classical monumental work. Accordingly, 320 years after the volumes of this original publication, the book has been translated into English and later to Malayalam by the University of Kerala. This gives plenty of Indian students, especially to the Kerala people, to explore and utilize the information for future studies and application. This requires more popularization of the book and awareness creation among the local people and policy members. Biocultural diversity is a term now very familiar to us. According to Wilson, it is the key to the maintenance of the world as we know it is what makes life so resistant to extreme. Because life adapts and fills every niche, diversity is healthy and homogeneity means vulnerability, etc. Coming to the introduction, it is Hortus Malabaricus is the oldest comprehensive printed book on the natural plant wealth of Asia and of tropics. The Hortus Malabaricus, that is meaning of Garden of Malabar, which deals with the medicinal properties of the flora in the Indian states of Kerala, Karnataka and Goa. The Hortus Malabaricus is the oldest important printed book on Indian medicinal plants. The first of its 12 volumes was published in 1678, written by Dutch governor, that is Van Rede, is perhaps the only authentic record of the ethnobotanical knowledge of ancient Malabar available to us today. The Hortus Malabaricus, which comprises of the 12 volumes, about 500 pages each, with the 794 copper plate engravings. The first of the 12 volumes of the book was published in 1678 and the last in 1693. Mentioned in these volumes that the plants of the Malabar region along with the Western Ghats from Goa to Kanyakumari. The book gives a detailed account of the flora of the Kerala. Over 742 different plants and their indigenous signs are considered in the book. The Hortus Malabaricus for conservation and education. Any activity related to the conservation of biocultural diversity requires providing a proper education to the local people. The traditional knowledge of herbal medicine, which thus a diminishing trend, Hortus Malabaricus, which provides a detailed illustration of the plants which used as a medicine and food. Its medicinal property along with the method of use has to be analyzed in this context. Apart from Latin, it has been recorded in other 4 languages, which comprehensive nature of the book is noted by the T. Whitehouse in his 1959, The Historical Notices of Cochin on the Malabar Coast. Botanical importance of this Hortus Malabaricus, which detailed description and illustration of 742 plants belonging to 690 taxa found in Kerala. The Hortus Malabaricus provides an opportunity for tracing the history of botanical science in India, and ultimately about 780 species of the important plants of Malabar were described in Hortus Malabaricus, supported with the 794 unusually beautiful illustration. This is the illustration of Meritase family, which is mentioned in the Hortus Malabaricus with a beautiful handwritten diagram. You can notice the 4 languages in the description of the plant name, that is Konkani, Malayalam, Latin. And this is the illustration of pinus species in Hortus Malabaricus. This is the illustration of Coccus nucifera. Thus from the summary of this session, the Hortus Malabaricus, we can conclude that the Hortus Malabaricus is the oldest printed book on Indian medicinal plants, written by the Dutch governor of Kochi, H.A. van Rede, which compiled over a period of nearly 30 years and published in Amsterdam during 1978 to 1963. Hortus Malabaricus is the oldest important printed book on Indian medicinal plants, which is written in Latin, and later the book has been translated into English and Malayalam by K.S. Manilal. It took several years to compile and publish this book, in which Rede was assisted by dozens of experts, including physicians, scientists, artists, plant collectors, interpreters, etc. of Malabar and Europe. Among them, special mention may be made of Brother Matthew, John Caesarius, Itti Achuden, Rangabhat, Vinayaka Pandit, Appu Bhatt, Emmanuel and D. Donep. The medicinal properties of the plant and the methods of preparation and subsequently the application of medicines are also given in the Hortus Malabaricus. So, with this we can conclude the topic, the Hortus Malabaricus. Hope you enjoyed the learning. Thank you.